So today was probably one of them days where things didn't quite go the way you planned. Maybe that work day was a little bit harsh. Your supervisor or manager or whatever you want to call them just wasn't quite on your side. Your spouse is probably working on your best nerves. Bills are piling up and you're not quite sure what to do with yourself. And each moment that goes by and no one asks, are you okay? Or no one checks on you, you wonder if people even care. I can speak on that because I've had those emotions before. I can talk about these things because, like you, I myself just knew that there needs to be something different. The idea of thinking that this thing could be something more simple or easier was always put to the test. And every single time, I will win because I asked for help. The same thing that I'm happy to say that you are still here, whether it be using me for that help, whether it be dialing 3 numbers, you never gave up on yourself. If you're someone who's thinking of harming yourself or harming somebody else, please don't. Reach out to get help. Dial 3 numbers, 988. 3 simple numbers. Don't got to be anything elaborate or anything like that. You just simply need to hold your hand out and say, you know what? I need help. I know that every day is not going to be easy. I know that every single time it's not going to make it possible. But as long as you're willing to fight, I want you to know that there are people like me, some known, some unknown, who are willing to fight with you. And you do not have to do this alone. So before you make a decision that we have to live with, make one that you can live with and get help. Now let's talk football.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
What happened? Huh? Don't nobody know nothing? Come on now, everybody don't speak at once. What happened? I'll be a motherfucker. Don't nobody know nothing? What up with this? Somebody got to know something was going on. See what I'm saying?
Pride Nation, something definitely happening. Somebody got to know something. And if don't nobody know nothing, I definitely do. Because there are times where things happen and you just got to talk about them as they are. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a little bit of fun today because many of you think the Patty version is going to come out, but I'm going to have a little fun with this one today because I believe that the narratives, yes, I said it loud and clear, the narratives that are being pushed are driving me up a damn wall. Welcome to a very disappointing Monday. All right. I mean, very disappointing. Let's see who's in the building with me. My man Looney Tune, friendly neighborhood Lions fan, is in the building with us. Hatter House, Man and Hour, aka Buck, is in the building with us. Hey, Luke, Tyler Lockett went to the Kansas State, which is that where I went and played with the Jordy Nelson Lions. Nice. But I'm having fun with this today. Tim Hutchinson is in the building. Detroit D is in the building. Go Lions in the building. Perry Ball is in the building. Gavin Carson is in the building. Raw from Raw Podcast is in the building, a.k.a. TA. Black Spirit is in the building. One Funky Lion fan is in the building. We got my man Anthony from Royal Lions UK. He says, hey, Luke, feel like we have not spoken in a while. Wishing the best for you and the family. And I'll be here to correct any bad takes you have. Stand by, baby. It's going to be a whole bunch of them. Stand on by. It's going to get real ugly. Makai Holt in the building with us. Billy Venables in the building with us. If you in here, put a message so I can shout you out. Chico P313 is in the building. Dirty Glove Williams in the building. Ohio State Lion is in the building, a.k.a. my man Bandit is in the building. Let me see. We got Eltonio Jenkins in the building. We got Greg Peoples in the building. And Gino is in the building. Not to be confused with Geno Smith, but Gino. And my man Shades in the building with the new ski mask over one of my favorite characters from anime there. But all right, listen, I'm finna get it right into it. I can't be petty with this. You know why? Because the reality is this is exactly what was needed. This loss is exactly what was needed. And I'm going to tell you why. First of all, I know that the feelings that I'm going to share are not mine alone, because I know that other people have had these feelings. I know Everything King had the same feeling I had too about this, which is now the BS can stop. Way to get humble real quick. The Lions literally showed up with a regard of the Seattle Seahawks like it was going to be a cakewalk. And in all honesty, it probably should have been. And I want to tell you that it was easier for me to find more things wrong than good in this game. But the reality is this. This is exactly what was needed. You got too big. You got too proud of yourself. And I'm going to start off with the most obvious point, which irritated my soul because I couldn't go live to talk about it last week. But the damn call for ski masks to the damn game. For what? For what? Oh, because we the villains. Newsflash, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson Jr. Some of the best goddamn villains don't wear a mask. Some may even paint their face. But the majority of them just simply step out to the world as they are because they know there is nothing you can do to them. Here's looking at you, Lex Luthor. Some of the most dominating villains simply stand up with their regular freaking face. And all of a sudden, this is your call to the fans. You didn't think that you needed, you feel like you really felt that the Lions needed to be pumped up by having a crowd full of ski masks. Yeah, that represents us. How about this, Mr. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson Jr., since you calling people to wear ski masks, how about we give you a dunce cap? How about that? How about we challenge everything that you thought you knew, which you getting a dunce cap? Why? Because you know what? It was stupid. Your idea was stupid, and a play that did not have to happen after you made a good play, you decided to forget where you were, maybe because you had that ski mask over your head blocking your helmet, which blocked your brain waves, and you decided to push the player after a good play was already made. Which, by the way, they weren't going to take no shot towards the end zone. They would have played to get a closer field goal. But instead, they get to have a ball at really good field position because you like to try to lead by example. Yeah. How about that? There's a lot of things we could point to this damn team losing this game. But let me take out the things that we really can't point to. We can't point to officiating. If I see one more person bring up to me about how they didn't call the hold at the end of the game, it was a clear, stop this BS. Stop it. Stop this BS. Because everybody act like they don't know what happened with this game. Everybody's acting like they're shocked about how this game turned out. Nobody know nothing. Nobody? You don't point to the referees. They literally hand gifted you a terrible call with that intentional grounding. That wasn't even an intentional ground. It wasn't even close to an intentional grounding. So they gave you one. And now you're going to cry about a goddamn holding penalty. That's what held you back? Let's have a little fun today. Because I believe that the answers are more clear than you think. I believe that there's some things we got to go through. And I'm not going to leave anybody unscathed. Now, there are some people who deserve more blame than others, but I'm going to do them in the order I think is the way it should go. That's just me. You can disagree. Matter of fact, for those who disagree, let's get this thing started early. Let me go ahead and get this invite out, because I know I'm finna upset a lot of people today. It's a lot of people who panties, underwear, boxer brief, and those who don't even wear them are in a bunch. And I'm about to disrupt the whole entire system today, because what we not about to do is act like we don't know what happened. This is why I started the whole video off with that particular clip. No, we're not going to act like we don't know about that. No. We know what happened. We're clear on what happened. We may not want to believe what happened, but let's go in the order of which this blame is about to go down. You see, I have a very particular group of people who like to focus on a very particular person, aka Aaron Glenn. But good people, this is not an Aaron Glenn thing. First up on my list for why this happened, let's start with the damn players themselves. Let's start there. We can go down a list of things, but the players is where we start at. From the quarterback who throws a pick six to the running back who fumbles at the beginning of the half when you get the ball back. Let's talk about the players. To the interior D line who can't get a single push at the middle. To the second overall pick who can't seem to find a way to the quarterback. I got a list of people we can blame. To this supposedly improved secondary who let these receivers have their way, which to their point, don't want to kill them too much because your D-line never even scratched or sniffed the ass of Geno Smith. Never came close to it. And this is from a guy who is a Seattle Seahawks fan as well as a Lions fan. You were never even close. Never close. And I got people crying about a holding penalty. When this is your stat line, look at your defensive stat line. Let me bring it up here to you. Hold on. Where's it at? Where's the damn defensive stat line? Let's get down here. Let's get down here with it. Let's start with sacks over here and tackles for a loss. 1-1. And here's the more pathetic part about this. This don't even go to them. You could thank Geno Smith for being an idiot for this one. Which, by the way, came from Alex Anzalone because Charles Harris couldn't bring him down and Aiden Hutchinson was nowhere near him. And that's not only the worst part about it, that's with them having backup offensive tackles. That's with them having backup offensive tackles. You never made the pocket uncomfortable for this quarterback. Not once. And the one time you get a batted ball down, what do? You do nothing. You telling me that the one thing that could doom this team in the game happened? If only someone said to the fact that if there was ever anything to be worried about, it would be the defense, in particular the interior part of it, because they're going to have to do some damage up the middle. That would have been a very important thing for somebody to say. Oh, wait, someone did say it. Me.
Man, I'm right about him. I'm always right. It's like when I'm right, I'm right. And when I'm wrong, I could have been right. So I'm still right because I could have been wrong.
That makes sense.
But when I'm right, everybody and their mama want to no, Luke, no. But when I'm wrong, y'all run to the goddamn podium to talk to me. Where are you at now? Somebody know what happened. Don't nobody know what happened? We blaming officials when they called a bad game, not only for us, it was in our damn favor. And we did nothing with it. We did nothing with it. You had every opportunity to win this game. Your defense did not show up. And somebody's going to come in here and say, well, ain't that on Aaron Glenn? There ain't a single person in here who can convince me that Aaron Glenn told his damn D-line, don't touch the quarterback. Don't get near the quarterback. Don't use a second or third move while you going for the quarterback. There ain't a person in here who can convince me that Aaron Glenn told his captain or one of the leaders of the defense to push a guy on which would have had a 3rd and like 17. There ain't a single person in here going to tell me that, oh, well, you shouldn't have had this and you shouldn't have had that. How about you stop giving up big plays? Wouldn't it be funny if someone actually talked about having better linebacker play? Oh, wait, I did.
Man, I'm right about him. I'm always right. It's like when I'm right, I'm right. And when I'm wrong, I could have been right. So I'm still right because I could have been wrong.
That makes sense.
Makes sense to me. Your linebackers literally looks like ass. You wonder why I ran around here trying to get an upgrade from Malcolm Rodriguez? Because every time he's in the game, he's an easy target. He's an easy target. Every time. Ball just go over his head. Ball goes by him. Ball goes underneath him. He can literally lay on the ground and he just can't cover. That's not what he do. And there were plays where they were running the ball and he couldn't even make that work. And I got people who want to tell me otherwise. Let's talk about some other things that's wrong with this. Let's talk about coaches. Here's the second person I blame for this loss. The head coach. Let's go with that. Why? Because you don't get to play a game aggressive all goddamn game and get to the most crucial part of the game with 3 timeouts in 1 minute and 44 seconds and decide that, you know what? I'm not going to play to win. I'm going to play not to lose the game. Yeah, I want to get more time. Here's a fun fact for you people. If you had to guess, how many times do you think we took a shot towards the end zone in that 1 minute and 44 seconds? I'll wait. How many times do you think we took a shot towards the end zone? And if you think that's something, you should see what the game clock management looked like in the second half. And spare me to talk about the fourth down plays. I can care less about that. I can care less about the fourth down talk because guess what? When you get it, nobody gives a flying nickel. We got it. And when you don't get it, everybody and their mama has a goddamn cow. I ride with that decision making. I'm cool with that. Sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't. It's a risk-reward type thing. When you get it, great. When you don't, who? Half of y'all play lottery and don't win shit. You still play. Nobody judges you. My point I'm trying to make is this. It was the clock management, the situational football that pissed me off. Now you want to take a deep shot at the end of the half? Now? Where was that at before? Where was that at? I'm going to bring in my first guest so I can cool down a little bit. Michigan man is in the building.
What's up, Luke? What's up? Long time.
Long time no see. That Malik Willis thing is aging real well for you, brother, but I ain't going to judge you. Go ahead.
No, I was the one who said get Aiden Hutchinson.
Well, I'm don't listen, don't have me circle the wagon on this one. But go ahead, brother. What you got for me?
All right. What I got to say for you is that, okay, our defensive line, yes, they didn't get any pressure on the quarterback, but our linebackers and interior defense, when it came to the run, played excellent. We held
What?
We held one of the top running backs in the NFL. So I forgot he didn't have over 100 yards. I don't even think he had 70 yards on the game.
Do you think I give 2 flying nickels? I want you to stay with me on this, all right?
All right.
Stay with me. You think I give 2 flying nickels just because you look at the box score and you don't see 100 yards rushing? You think I care about that?
You might not care about that, right?
How many yards rushing did they have?
Huh?
How many yards rushing did they have?
How many yards rushing did they have?
Mm-hmm.
I would have to go for a whole team. I would have to go back and look at that for the team.
You ain't got to go far. Here you go.
All right.
Okay.
Was that
Right.
82? 82 yards. All
Take
right.
out the 20 yards and the 3 carries. They had 62 yards on 23 carries.
All right.
All right. So we talking about what really happened here, right?
Right.
How many first downs did they pick up off of that?
How many first downs?
Mm-hmm.
Say about my bad. I ain't mean to cuss you about a lot though.
Okay. So you know why I'm asking you all these questions though, right?
Why? What's
I'm
up?
asking them because at the end of the day, people get caught up in the box score and they start asking things like, "Oh, well, they didn't do this well, and we didn't do that well." But the reality is they didn't do that well against the run. They had a good job of slowing it down, but they didn't do well when it mattered. In situational football, they gave up some runs that should have been stopped.
Mm-hmm.
They had a hard time. Don't listen. I'm gonna tell you something right now. Everybody know I'm a Michigan State fan, but I'd be damned if Kenneth Walker didn't do the same thing he always do to Aiden Hutchinson.
Mm.
Aiden Hutchinson should have had Kenneth Walker to the dirt. And dead to right, he did him dirty.
Mm-hmm.
The reality is on that situational runs, they killed us.
Yep.
They killed us.
And then another thing I want to touch on too, Luke. I love Jameer Gibbs, right? And all of that. But, you know, we could have gotten an interior defensive lineman. We had Jalen Carter on the board, but we traded back to go and get Gibbs. But like I said, I love Gibbs. I feel that he's going to be a good talent for us. But why would you draft him that high? And look at this. He only had 7 carries the whole game. 7 carries the whole game.
Listen, Malik. I'm already. Listen, you getting ahead of me. I'm finna get into that in a minute, just right away. So you just segued me into that perfectly. Let me get back to cooking. I'm making a very good gumbo. I'm happy you came and added in some seasoning to it. But the chef is not done. He's just getting warmed up. I'm gonna put you to the background while I continue this damn breakdown of what happened in this game. All right.
I bet.
Let me get back into it because he brings up another point that walks me into why we blame coaches. See, I love how we like to praise Ben Johnson. He's such a genius. He's such a fucking genius. I love it. Woo! He's such a fucking genius. 7 goddamn carries. You made all this talk about how this man is a weapon, and all of a sudden he gets the theoretic treatment. This is what pisses me off about the Lions at times. This is what frustrates me. This is what gets my blood boiling. This is what throws me off because it doesn't make sense. Now, when Montgomery goes down, and let me go back. Wouldn't it be nice if somebody said, man, I think letting DeAndre Swift go was a mistake, or trading him or doing anything like that would be a mistake. You know, oh, somebody did say it. I did.
Man, I'm right about him. I'm always right. It's like when I'm right, I'm right. And when I'm wrong, I could have been right. So I'm still right because I could have been wrong.
That makes sense.
Don't it make sense? Don't it make sense? Because if you're going to tell me that Monty's going to go out the game and all of a sudden you can't find a way to get the ball to the quote-unquote weapon, you're going to use him in the slot, you're going to use him in all these. F that. 7 carries? You did the same BS with DeAndre Swift. He had 7 carries the first game. Well, we want to ease him in slow. I blame you, Ben Johnson. I blame you, Dan Campbell. Because you get to tell Ben Johnson to use my player. Use my player. Your guy goes down, and all of a sudden he gets 7 carries. And not just any 7 carries. I believe 5 of them were stretch plays. Because we will darn be wrong to run him up the middle. Oh, wait, we caught a draw. Oh, we caught a trap. And if he can't do that, you don't draft him. Don't sell me on the bill of goods about this weapon talk when you don't use a weapon. What's the point of having a gun without a shooter? It's like having a damn great sword with a person who don't know how to use a sword, or a knife that don't have nothing to cut. It's useless. We sitting up here trying to figure out, hey, we got weapons. Use them. He's more than a receiver. Figure it out. Figure it out. 14 fucking carries in 2 weeks. You giving more snaps to Monty, who, by the way, was doing good, than you did to DeAndre Swift. Then I got to hear fans tell me he's not an every down back. Miss me with the BS. Your offensive coordinator play calling stunk. It was weak. It was terrible. It was predictable. Monty goes down, and all of a sudden you have no weapons, and I got to watch Craig Reynolds getting carries? For what? What are we giving him carries for? You got the weapon. Use it. You found a way to get the ball to Laporta? Get the damn ball to your running back. I'm not done blaming people. You drafted that running back, as my man Malik pointed out. You drafted him 12th overall. He gets 14 carries in 2 weeks. Malik talks about that, but Malik also failed to mention this part right here. Where the hell was Jack Campbell? You took him 18th overall, and he can't freaking start. And don't get me wrong, I've been telling people that, hey, Derek Barnes need more snaps. I've been said that. But you telling me that he wasn't there. Let me go down my list of people, because I'm telling you, it's a long list. So right now we got players, Dan Campbell, Ben Johnson. Let me get to the next person, Aaron Glenn. You know why Aaron Glenn get the least amount of blame for this game? Because I don't believe Aaron Glenn walked up and told them, yeah, I'm good with this linebacking core. I'm good with this. I'm good with that. I don't believe that happened. I don't believe he was like, hey, I'm good with just this secondary, because that's how you do it. If only somebody said we needed interior defensive line help. Oh, wait, this guy did. People love to tell me how wrong I am, but you're not utilizing the players. And that goes back to Dan Campbell, trying to get them to understand and do it. But here's another part of it. Here's where, realistically, I can make all that go into into Brad Holmes. Why? Because here's the thing. Don't ask me where was Levi Onwuzurike. Oh, he was hurt. He was hurt when you brought him here. Don't ask me what Josh Pascal was. Oh, he was hurt. Oh, he was hurt when you brought him here. And yes, I'm upset because for me to find out that we're going to be without James Houston and he only took about 10 snaps a game, still being underutilized on third down. If you want to say that's on Aaron Glenn, fine. But you know who else is on? Dan Campbell. Because he can sit there and veto everything and tell them, put my players in. We got people out there talking about Broderick Martin, healthy scratch. What the hell is that? What is that? This what we doing? Let me bring some more people in. They got to keep me cool. Crimson Shadow up next, man. I see everybody in the back. Crimson, go ahead, man. Speak your talk. I'm mind boggled by this. You was in the Discord when you saw everybody trying to jump on it's Aaron Glenn's fault, and I'm thinking to myself, there's no way Aaron Glenn told people don't get to the quarterback. Don't touch him.
Dude, I could point the finger at so many things. Glenn is probably the least of my fucking concern.
He has to be the least.
Like, honestly, I'm pretty much mad at Brad Holmes. I'm pretty much mad at Dan Campbell. Ben at times, but at least with him, his offense is keeping him in games. But Jesus fucking Christ. Gibbs right now is pissing me off just because this is highlighting. I was pissed off at that pick. And this game just highlighted why it pissed me the fuck off.
They didn't give him the ball.
They don't give him the ball, but here's the thing. You're not going to use him. And here's the thing. You know who you could have taken? Oh, I don't know. Casey. Because you've taken Carter. You know, something you needed for the interior defensive that you fucking need. But no, let's keep hammering the offense. Let's keep going there.
And here's the other part about it. What is it that Gibbs do that Bijan don't? I'll wait. And again, this is not a matter of who we could have and didn't get. I'm just asking the question. If I have, again, I'm probably the only person who was saying take a running back in the first round. Probably only one. That guy, that was me. However, if you're going to get this man the ball only 7 times, you might as well take Bijan.
Exactly. If you're not going to use him, well, what the hell was the point?
I'm having a hard time understanding this.
Ugh, I know. It's driving me up a fucking wall. And on top of that, with Dan, I'm fine with the 4th down calls. It's a woulda, coulda, shoulda. But honestly, I think I'd rather just went on 4th and try to risk it at the end instead of going to overtime. But again, that goes into the what if category. And don't get me started on the stupid penalties. That shit that CJ Gardner did in the beginning, pushed down and getting the freaking, what was it, roughing the
unnecessary roughness.
Yes, that's stupid shit. You put a target on our backs, you dumbass.
I don't even care about, he didn't take the field goal. I don't even care.
I get it.
I swear to God, I don't even care. You know why I don't care? Because if he gets it, everybody's happy. But when he don't get it, everybody's mad. And I don't care. That wasn't what cost you the game. that poor clock management was, that getting conservative talk was. He essentially basically said, you know what, I don't trust this defense. So let's go for the freaking tie. But here's where I get annoyed by Dan Campbell. And this is something that I rarely go into because I rarely get annoyed by him, but this really annoyed me. Even if you didn't trust the defense, general logic tells you if you score a touchdown, you are now officially going to be up 35-31, which means they need to score a touchdown to win it.
Yes.
Put the pressure on them to win it. That's all I'm saying. Crimson, it's a lot of people coming in. Let me get them their chance to talk. They talk, and we're going to get it popping, man. I see you in the back, Motor City. Stay hold tight for me. I see you back there, Anthony. All right, my man D-Map Zoom, you up, man. Talk your talk. I'm just trying to figure out how to make sense of us not utilizing the quote-unquote weapons. Mind-boggling.
Sure, be honest, it's mind-boggling for me, too. It just sounds stupid. Like, what the hell is the point of driving a freaking running back so high you're not going to use them on give them 7 carries a game? Make that make sense to me. You know, we could have had a freaking stud defensive lineman multiple years. We took a receiver instead of a freaking lineman. And Lord, let's not even go there. How about we just don't go there? Yeah, it makes no sense.
And again, echo for a whiskey. I get what you're saying, brother. You like, hey, y'all tripping too emotional. It's not a trip thing. It's go and look at the articles, bro. Go and look at your media. Go and look at what your fans are saying. Everybody is literally on the full-fledged attack mode blaming people, but they're not willing to blame it in the right order that it should be. This was a total. If team loss was in a dictionary, this is what it looks like. If it was a full person, this is what it looks like.
Oh man, it's freaking sad to me. It's like there's literally they have so many chances to win this game, and they just kept on pissing them away one by one.
And I'm not
like
tripping about it,
man.
Right, and I'm saying I'm not tripping about it, but I'm telling you, I don't want to hear this talk because one of the other things that people said was, "Oh, this is a revenge game." That was the biggest bunch of BS I ever heard. This was not a revenge game. This is a redemption game.
Pretty much.
You can't call something revenge because you failed to beat a team and lost a tiebreaker. Which a tiebreaker shouldn't even came into play if you beat the Panthers. So don't tell me it's a revenge game. And before you want to tell me where the last 5 games they've beat us, you damn Skippy. So redeem yourself. You're supposed to be the better team. And both their tackles were out. So all I'm saying is, how about you actually do something? Then I had people say stuff like Aaron Glenn needs to do better and like send help to the DN side. He did. He blitzed Branch. He blitzed Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. He was blitzing. It didn't get home.
None of them did. Man,
it didn't get home.
Gino literally had all day to call his girl saying we about to eat for dinner and throwing freaking bombs left and right. Like, I'm like, how the hell is this dude sitting there and then freaking escaping? I'm like, that made it no better. I'm like, come on.
I'm just saying, man. It just don't make no sense to me. What's going on, Wolverine, aka Mike Jones? What up, though? You know what I'm saying? Everybody's like, oh, just relax, everything relax. And then, if, God forbid, we mess around and need another tiebreaker. Relax still? Come on, man. Stop it. You don't need. Everybody's gonna have a bad loss. I get it. I started the show off with saying, hey, I get it. But let's be honest. Like, come on.
Yeah, it's stupid. It's really stupid to me. I'm like, it literally like there's so many opportunities. Like, what's the point of having players on your team and you're not going to use them at all?
That's all I'm asking. Use the player that you have. That's all I'm asking, man.
Dude, listen, D-Man, I got the talent. He a beast.
Like I said, look. And to say who said, did you see the uncalled taunting that happened right in front of the ref when they were breaking up the scuffle after the roughing the passer hit on Goff? What you want? So what? Who's going to put another hole? You want to put a whole 30 on them for real? They had already got the roughing the passer. It was a terrible thing. But even with that, you did nothing. Nothing.
Absolutely.
Even when they made dumb decisions, you did nothing. And for the people who telling me to relax and chill out, okay, keep that same energy. Pray to God we don't need another tiebreaker. Pray to God we don't need another tiebreaker. Y'all play this game and act like it's no big deal. Cool. You pray to God we don't need another tiebreaker. Because when they come, I don't want to hear no whining and crying. Because somebody told you that these are the kind of games you cannot give up. You cannot give up. This is your first home game. sold out crowd. They was loud as hell. They wore your ugly ass ski mask, and you come out and look like they should have put a goddamn dunce cap on you. Only somebody said it when they said it.
Man.
D man, let me get some more people in here, man. I appreciate you, brother.
No problem, man. All right, I'm about to be heading out.
100%, man. Listen, I can relax. Let me bring in Motor City. Motor City Thanos, brother. Talk to me, man. What's going on?
Long time, Luke.
Long time. Man, you're looking a little jacked. First of all, can we get get a brother the props for the hard work, and he doing it with the nice hat, everything.
Right. I had to come in here, man, because you know what? That game, it's sad that a week 2 game can piss you off this bad, but that game made me so mad. I literally didn't watch football for the rest of the day. All the rest of the games, couldn't watch them. I was too angry because of the Lions. And you can point at a lot of things, but I was talking to my father. The only thing I wanted to point at was that defensive line. And when I think about the defensive line, I hark back as much as I like him, because I think he's done a decent job. But I gotta go look at Brad Holmes, because you had all season plus a draft. He did. But that's just going off recent memory. Even if he waited to this draft, it would have been better than what it is right now. Because I told the funny thing is, Luke, is my father watched the game. I didn't. I don't live in Detroit, so I have to wait for the game to end in order to watch it, because I have the NFL Plus. So my father watched the game, and I'm literally telling him what happened in the game that I did not watch, just because I can look at the stats and tell what happened. Now, and I know it's not always good to stat watch, but if you look at the stats, you can clearly see that we wasn't getting no defensive pressure whatsoever.
No pressure.
None. No tackles for a loss. No QB pressures. No QB hits, really. And then I'm looking at our leading tacklers, and I'm like, okay, our whole entire leading tackler is the secondary.
Wait, nope, nuh-uh. We need visual aid for this one. Nuh-uh. Keep it going. Talk to me. So we can this is another factor that we don't want. Oh, what do you know? Yeah. Safety.
So I was looking at our leading tacklers. I'm like, okay, CJ Gardner-Johnson, 8 tackles. Who else was up there? Somebody else, like 3 or 4 guys had 8 tackles. Jack Campbell has 6. All right, that's linebacker. So then I scrolled past all those guys, and I went to the guys on the front. Aiden Hutchinson, 2 tackles. This guy, 2 tackles. This guy, 1 tackle. And I'm like, that right there tell me everything I know. When you take that and combine it with the fact that there's no QB pressures, no sacks other than 1, and I don't even really count that one. That tells me right there that you wasn't getting no pressure whatsoever on a guy. No disrespect to Geno. He's a solid quarterback, but Geno is no Patrick Mahomes. Okay? And so there's no reason for you. On top of the fact they're missing 2 linemen, so they don't have their usual suspects out there. And you trying to tell me y'all can't get pressure, let alone sack, which makes no sense. I like Jahmyr Gibbs, which I was saying before I got on here. You can't go draft a guy like that who you love and jump up and down and slap people and damn near hit them in the nuts. And this man gets 7 carries 2 weeks in a row. And then when you with that pick, he can't be a one-trick pony, Luke. This man got to be able to run between the tackles.
Yes.
He can't be a one-trick pony. A one-trick pony is theoretic. All you can do is get involved in the pass game.
Come on now.
If all this man can do is if he can only be good in the pass game, then you just wasted the pick. Pretty much at the end of the day. And I understand, I'm on the bench with a lot of people. I'm one of those people. I want to take a chance on the Jalen Carter, because I know what his talent would have did for our defensive line. So that's just me. But when he didn't take him, I let that go. I said, all right, maybe the next pick he'll take somebody. At this point, I might even have to take a chance on the guys that was maybe half the talent of Jalen Carter, just to try and beef that middle of that lineup. You can't sit on your hands and your money and not spending on nobody, and then your defensive line looks like trash. You got guys that's getting 0 pressure.
Not even close.
Okay.
It's not even like I hate to say it. They literally they basically said, hey, the only interior guy we got to stop is Aleem McNeil, and everything else will work itself out. And it's the other thing that kills me too about our DNs. I I watched them the first week against Kansas City spin inside on a crucial down that I'm like, you can't lose outside contain. This
Right.
time, it wasn't even a matter of losing outside contain. He just went up the field. Both DNs, Charles Harris and Hush, just went up the field. And I'm like, do something different. Switch it up. Club, spin, something. You right there. It was a play where they literally had him sandwiched and Geno stepped out of it. And I'm like, come on, bro. Come on. And shout out to Echo for Whiskey. He says, we won't need a tiebreaker. We win in the division. All right, bet. I want to hear that kind of conversation. I believe.
And that's funny. That's funny. You said the exact same thing. I was on Twitter arguing with people about right after the game when because I ran into a lot of people with those same comments. Oh, y'all too emotional. Y'all tripping. It's just week 2. I said what you just said to those people on there. I said, all right, cool. When we get halfway through the season, 3/4 of the way, make sure you keep that same energy if we behind the 8 ball again because of the same issues we had going all the way back to week 2.
You cannot make this stuff up, bro. That's all I'm saying. You cannot make it up. And I wish that I could, but you cannot. I got some more people in the back waiting, man.
I feel you.
I appreciate you, brother. I know you
All
are
right,
working hard and everything. But you know, and to the people who want to tell me that this is because we had injuries, miss me with that bullshit. I'm serious. I don't want.
No, that's excuses.
Listen, if you want to tell me about injuries or anything like that, I'm going to ask you to simply do one thing.
Wake up! Wake up! Wake up!
Because you dreaming. You got to be dreaming. If you believe that this is we didn't win because of injuries. They had injuries in significant spots where we had strength, and the strength turned into a weakness. They had 2 backup tackles, and you telling me not a single DN can get – I can't make this up.
Yep,
appreciate you for coming through Motor City, man. I'm probably gonna get yelled at. My man Anthony from Royal Lion UK is in the building. I know he's gonna come in and give me some work. My good brother with beautiful hair. How are you, sir?
I will never be as beautiful as you, Luke, but I try my best, you know.
What's going on, brother? I know you have been a avid Aaron Glenn despiser, I would say. That's the word I'm gonna use.
That's unfair. I've been critical.
Yes.
But that's unfair. So yeah, there's things I have with this game, you know. And when I say people need to calm on this game, I'm pissed that we lost this game. I'm really pissed because
I'm not even pissed. I'm not pissed. I'm annoyed at the idea that people are trying to act like, oh, it's no big deal, and how they're just like, oh, it's Aaron Glenn's fault. And I'm like, so the pick six had nothing to do with it. The bad penalty that would have got him off the field, at least at the very point, got him a field goal. Nothing to do with it.
And this is the thing, Luke. I mean, when we look at it, you know, why did we lose the game? We lost the game because of the turnovers. They didn't help. And, you know, you are going to fumble the ball occasionally. The pick six, guy gets hit in the arm when he's throwing. He comes back, but Goff's elbow gets hit.
That's
when
cat.
He throws.
That's cat. No, it didn't. No, it didn't. No. Go ahead. I'm gonna bring it up.
Anywho, like, it happens. Without those turnovers, the game is in a completely different frame of mind. They weren't stopping the offense. They were having trouble. This was us shooting ourselves in the foot with it. So, you know, that's the main reason we've lost the turnovers. But then you do have to look at the defense. Look, I'm not saying this is Aaron Glenn, but why is James Houston, your star pass rusher, the guy who can get to the quarterback quicker than anybody, why is he getting dropped into coverage nearly 50% of the snaps that he's on the field? Why is he covering a tight end out of the flat? Why is he not rushing the passer? Why is Levi Onwuzurike, our 300-pound big-ass DT, who's best at rushing the damn passer, why is he sat in coverage? And why, when all game, our front four is struggling to get pressure on the quarterback. And yet, I know they're going up against Walmart employees and people who work at the local diner, but you can't just sit there and watch the pass rush flounder all game and not send it help. You are sitting a lot of guys back in coverage. That is not working. This zone bull that we run doesn't work. unless you're getting pressure on the quarterback. And all game, you know what they say the definition of insanity is, Luke? You do it again and again and again and again and again. We did nothing. We showed no looks. We're dropping our edges when we should be rushing them. We're not bringing guys up to blitz. For me, what I'm going to say is someone in that building is making calls a la what Matt Patricia did 3 years ago, which got his ass fired when we had Jelani Tavai looking, covering slot receivers across the field. They're getting too clever. They are getting too clever for their own good. They are trying to be the smartest man in the room. Someone is making bad play calls here, but someone on defense has got to be to blame, Luke. Who's dropping your edges? Who's dropping your premium edges?
Look at this. This right here, this spells this. They not bringing no help. And to be honest with you, we shouldn't have to do this when you get Aiden Hutchinson playing against a backup freaking tackle. But they didn't bring no help. There go one guy. That's Chauncey Gardner. I believe that's Branch. Look at this. They brought help. This is what happened when you can't get home with the 4. And meanwhile, who is that on their ass right there? I'll wait to the peanut gallery in the back. Who is that on their ass right there? Don't tell me they didn't bring no help. That's just not true. They had to drop those people in the coverage because the secondary was getting ate up. Why? Because the freaking front 7 wasn't doing anything, particularly the front 4. This is Aiden Hutchinson, your second overall draft pick on his ass. On his ass. Where the hell is Charles Harris going? Is it groceries this way? Did he see a hot chick or something? Don't tell me he didn't have. Look at the options this dude got on a blitz to throw the ball to. There's nobody near him.
No. Because you've no Jack Campbell. You've no linebacker who's the only one who's good in coverage.
That is Jack Campbell out there in coverage. Getting cooked. That's Jack Campbell.
He's in the line of pass. He's not getting cooked there, Luke. Come on.
You're right, because he can definitely get out there in front of this. You're right.
Yeah.
This guy
he's in the passing lane.
He throws the ball here. Jack Campbell has no chance. He has to throw it far because he has an open guy here. I can't make this up.
But this is the point, Luke. Scheme. They're out schemed. Everything you try and come up with.
This is not a scheme issue.
Is counted. And what is it then?
This is players not executing.
And who does that go on, Luke?
That goes on the players. You start with them first. So let me get this straight. You telling me that Aaron Glenn schemed for Aiden Hutchinson to be put on his butt?
No coach does that, Luke.
Exactly. So it starts with the players.
Okay.
Look at this. Don't tell me they double teaming Aiden. You got one here. This is a combination block because he got nobody to block.
He's doing his job. You got double there. 3 doubles. 1-1-1.
This is the double team right here. He just ain't got nobody to block. So the rule number 1 is nobody to block, find somebody.
He's there waiting for him to get through, Lou. You've got double team in the middle, double on the right, and then you got a 1-on-1.
Okay, so this right here, this is all in the scheme, huh?
It doesn't help. You can't leave these guys 1-on-1 all the time when the pressure's stuff.
Yeah.
Gino had over 3 seconds, about 3.4 seconds was it per pass to be able to get up there, Lou. Are you telling? But the same thing is, yeah. I mean, and I'm not absolving the D line here. I'm not absolving anybody. But at the same time, you get cooked for an entire game. You make adjustments. Their offense made adjustments to what we were doing all game. Why are we not doing that either?
We did make adjustments. He tried everything. We were not executing. That's the problem. You have to execute, and we were not executing. The first thing that you would have, if you came into this game, the first thing you would have thought, at the very least, is that our front 4 would have whooped the butts of them, of the Seattle Seahawks. Instead, I get to get plays like this. I get to get plays that looks like this, that should not be happening like this, but don't. Let's look at your second overall pick. They're trying every freaking thing. Look, you even got my man Rod back out there. You got Harris out there. You're trying everything. But this is unacceptable. Make this make sense. What double team? Where? Come on, let's keep this going. Come on, these are DNs against backup tackles. They literally are putting hats on hats. He didn't even chip him. He's so stupid. He didn't even chip him. Watch this. Why does Aiden Hutchinson need to do all of this to do nothing? Oh, there's a pressure loop. No, it's not.
Oh no, I don't believe in the pressures either. I think it's garbage stuff.
Well, you know, this is probably why we brothers, but that's not the point.
Hey, Luke, you know me. I don't do the PFF stuff.
Look, at this point, all Aiden has to do is keep pushing him back. He tried to go underneath. I fucking hate this. He tried to go underneath. Why? Why are we doing this? Look at this. Alex Anzalone out here like, bruh, this is not his job. He can't, this is not what he here. Oh my God. I can't make this up. Come on, man.
It's not pretty.
Can you look how close? Could you imagine being this close and still miss the quarterback? Look over here. Come on.
That's a hold in fairness, but we don't call those.
Where's it a hold at, bro? Where's it a hold at? What move is he trying to make to get off?
There you go. Right at the end.
Ain't no way, bro. Hold on.
Come on, Luke. Let me hit him on the shoulder pad.
Let me put it in real time.
Right,
it's not a hold, bro. It's not a hold. Not even. He never made a single counter move to get off that block, and therefore it's not a hold. Let's watch it in real time. What counter move he trying to make? None.
But then
I'm listening.
The thing is, though, with lack of technique, you can't just say it's play. What are the coaches doing? Why are we not using this technique? Why are we so weak where we are? Technique is a two-way thing between player and coach.
Yeah.
You've got to execute properly.
I agree.
And I say, I'm not assigning lists of blame here, but, when it's not working, Geno Cooks is in there. You do have to get to a point where you have to show aggression. You have to go all out sometimes. And I just felt like it wasn't done enough in this game. But ultimately, it's the turnovers that have cost us. You give up 17 points on turnovers, and that is not... It's poor. And
no, it is. And just for the record, Bandit, I see you back there whole tight, bro. I had to address those few things. Down 19, I didn't say I'm blaming Aiden Hutchinson for the whole game. I went down the list on how I would put the blame. It was a total team debacle. Let me get that out the way. Right? There's a total team debacle. However, the blame starts at the players first. Their execution was horrid. Or let me hold on. Let me see. I'm probably gonna say this wrong. I'm gonna try to use it in the right context. Correct me if I'm right or wrong. It was rubbish. Did I say that right?
No, you say it perfectly, Luke.
It's 100%. It was rubbish.
It sounds good on you.
I appreciate that because I was like, yo, what is this? What is this? Just win a one-on-one, bro. Win a one-on-one. If that was Myles Garrett that close to him, you think that getting away? He's got Myles Garrett would have grabbed something.
Yeah. One thing you did say that I will agree on with you completely when you first started this. I think they grew too big for their boots for this game.
Agree.
I think that Chiefs game overinflated. Because for me, what happens? The first two drives of both halves, you set the tone with the first drive. What did we do on the first drive of this one? 12 men on the field. Stupid goddamn penalty when we had them at third down and could have stopped them way in their own half. Then you have missed tackles, 2 on DK in there. You had 1 on Lockett as well. You then had the stupid penalties down in the end zone. CJ with his moment. He just looked like, oh yeah, I'm hyped. He looked like he was on steroids and he had no control over his emotions. Making that stupid penalty, then Jacobs gets pinged for DPI. Stupid that you could have stopped them to at least a minimum field goal 4 times on that drive. Instead, what happens? You take 8 minutes off the clock. You flatten the crowd, you got 3 injured players, and you give a touchdown down. That is the worst way for you to come into a game and approach it. You are not ready. You are not mentally prepared. And then in the second half, Monty fumbles. Now, I'm not going to blame it on him. The guys fumble, but you come out, you're flat. He fumbles it. 2 plays later, they're in the end zone. One of those plays, the tight end, he has stood on our 6, and there is not a player within 5 yards of him. And there's 4 guys stood around him. The shitty zone coverage that we do that doesn't work.
I'm telling you, it's the
then,
players. Even right here.
In that case,
here.
In that case,
they blitzed them on this one, right? 1st and 10. It's 25 seconds left. They blitzed on this one. Watch what happens when the blitz go. Watch. Ellis is gonna bail out. Imrod and Branch gonna go. Look at this. No one gets home. It's literally hats on hats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
But the way Houston is, he's in coverage. Why?
Of course he's in coverage. You know why? You know why he's in coverage? For the same reason I've been trying to argue this for the last couple of years. You need linebackers. And you're forcing it. You're forcing yourself to make something out of nothing when you have to. He would be a full-time rusher if you ask me, but even Michael Parsons dropped into coverage.
That's what I mean, Luke. People are getting too clever for that, but they're thinking, oh yeah, we'll make him this Sam linebacker type. Just rush him. He's an elite rusher with elite bend and great finishing skills. Just rush them. Every other team in this league would just rush him. They would send him in on 2nd and longs, 3rd and longs, and ask him to hunt the quarterback. And you sit there 40% of the time he's in coverage. That is a mistake from someone who thinks they know better than that. And that was what got Patricia's ass fired, because he thought he was the cleverest guy in the room. Just put these guys in the position to succeed at what they're best at, and you will get better success. But there's just too many times, look, sitting down into coverage, it just does not work.
This is another one of the plays that a lot of fans have said about. Why are you lining Jack Campbell outside? I'm blitzing him. That's why. I'm blitzing him.
He ain't Micah Parsons though, Luke. He's never done that before.
He don't need to be. He don't need to be that. You in the NFL. You were taken 18th overall. Now you can't blitz. We're not going to make excuses for these players. We're not doing that. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Hold tight for me, Anthony. Don't go nowhere. I got to bring in Bandit. I want to give him his chance to talk his talk. I can't.
No, you know I love this, Luke. Every time I come in, you ready. I have to prepare for you. So
and listen. You listen, because when you said, I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, that's not what I remember. And I don't remember. To me, when Goff got hit, the ball was already out. I'm gonna show that next.
That should have been an ejection. And those refs.
Wait. You talking about on the late hit, or you talking about on the one for the pick six? On the pick six, you said his arm got hit from behind.
Oh shit! Sorry, I thought you meant the.
No. When he got flat, when he got straight up hit, yeah, they should have tossed my man out of the game. I agree with you on that.
I know targeting's helmet, but there should be a degree where targeting is also body if it's premeditated. That was premeditated. Anyhow, I'll let you get others in. Thank you, Luke.
Hey, hold tight, man. Don't go nowhere from me, man. My man Bandit up next. He been waiting patiently. Bandit, talk to the people, man. What up, though?
What up, Luke? I got a question. Hey, can you go back and show that interception of Jared Goff?
Oh, the interception. Hold on. Give me a sec. I got to find my little timestamp. Hold on. Let me take this down first. And then in the meantime, what do you want me to see from that particular play? And Zach, like, what did you want me to
Gibbs for that? And they said they benched him after that play.
Who did?
That's what I was reading on there, and they said that the coach blamed Gibbs for that interception, and they had benched him, and that's why they was giving the ball to Reynolds.
It was thrown behind him. like I ain't trying to be funny.
That's why I just can you like that's why I said, can you replay this? Maybe you see something different than I see, bro. You feel me? Because like when I heard that, I'm like, man, that's crazy. And not only that, man, when Tracy Walker was on the field, man, they punted. When Kirby came back.
Hold on, I'll try to get right back to my little timestamp. Hold on. Because I'm telling you, it's certain things that I look at it, I'm like, no, that's just not true. I think this is it right here.
Like, Tracy
nope,
be on
that
the
wasn't
field,
it.
Man. Like, that's crazy. Like, I was like, I read that, like, what?
Where did you read that at? I'm curious to know. Where did you read that at?
Twitter, X, whatever you want to call that. Yeah, bro.
And they said that after that play,
I was in the space last night, and they brought that up, bro. I was like, wait, I had to go back and watch it. Like, wait a minute, how is that on Gibbs? And they misusing him, man, bad, man. Like he ran the ball up the middle when he played for Alabama. So why is all of a sudden he can't run the ball up the middle here?
I mean, they called it for him. Like I think they called a draw for him, and they called a dive on one play. Right? Like
yeah, he got the first down on the one.
Yeah, like they did that. I know it's a lot of people that felt like it was a pass interference on the one play, and I was like, no, it wasn't. They feet got caught up with each other, and it just happens. Like seriously, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but it did. But yeah, that's what happened. Let me see. Let me find this pick six because I'm looking at my timestamps.
Like, people was on the field that wasn't supposed to be on the field.
But our quarterback was
Alexander's only on third down, man. Like why? Why
all right, here
Alexander's only on third down on the field? Why you like? What?
All right, here you go. I got it for you. I got it queued up for you. You want me to see something in particular? All right, let me make sure that people can see it. Because again, I'm not. Again, there's a lot of blame to go around. I just don't want people to treat it like, oh, it's this, it's that. No. Everybody, this was a team loss. It was a bad loss, and they got way too cocky for themselves, and it backfired on them. They was living that Deion Sanders hype, and it didn't do it. So all right, here goes Jared Goff. All right, here's your man Gibbs. They bringing my man's Reynolds in motion. You see it? Everybody see it? Hello? We there?
Yeah, we see it.
All right, I need to make sure we're here on the same page. All right, now you're saying,
oh yeah, I'm here, bro.
They're blaming him for this play.
They blaming Gibbs. They said they took him out.
They
took him out because of that play,
confused by. And they took him out after this. If this is the case, then that's hogwash. I have a hard time buying this. Let's
now
see.
Goff did a lot right in this game, man,
right.
This one was on him, man. You can't try to blame the rookie on like.
This is Kansas City versus Detroit all over again. The pick six is what killed us. See this, and this other one too. That they talking about he got hit with the back arm
in front of him, right there.
That ball was
in front of him, bro.
Yep. If he throws that ball right here in front of him, he was never hit,
him, bro.
This is why when they say, "Oh, he got hit," no, he was not. He was never hit.
No, he didn't.
Look, ball is out.
He got hit.
Then he got hit.
40 in.
You have to throw that ball in front of him. This right here is just bad throwing mechanics. Look,
bro, if you throw that ball in front of him, man, you make that one man miss right there, bro. It's open field.
And the
ain't
truth
that what we brought them in here for?
The truth is, the linebacker who sees the ball going is already checking for the receiver coming underneath. But if it's in front of him, you're right. It gives him a chance for it, but it's grossly behind him.
Terribly behind. Now, like I said, man, I believe in Goff this year. You feel me? I think we can, but that was on Goff, man. You can't put that on the rookie, man. They try to put that.
Yeah, this right here is 100% just a bad pass. I have a hard time. This idea that he got hit while throwing, nope, don't see it. Now, poor Matt Nelson.
Man,
poor Matt Nelson. Oh my God. Okay. God damn. We'll leave it alone. But yeah, like I said, I studied everything. I was like, let me go check everything. I did not see where this was, the case. I just didn't see it. I'm sorry. It's just like a bad pass to me. Like I said, it is.
Man, another thing, man, like Tracy need to play more, man. I know everybody like Jacobs, but other than the Rodgers interceptions, what has he done for us?
Who are you gonna play corner? Because this is the other problem that nobody wants to talk about. I can't talk about Brad Holmes without being a hater, right? But where's Mosley? When is he gonna play? When's Mosley?
When is he gonna play?
A cornerback would be nice. Who on
the free market would you pick up at corner?
Well, I haven't even begun to examine it, so I couldn't tell you. I haven't examined it. I know right now the first thing I looked at was who was still left at D tackle, And I also looked at who was available on the waiver wires and who was available for trade. Because I'm at this point, I'm willing to take anybody. I need somebody who can come in and cause some problems at D tackle. Because I feel bad for Aleem McNeil. It's not like he get moved off his spot often. It's just that they don't have the same impact. That's my problem.
Charles Harris need to get off the field, man. Like all that ballerina Chinese crap they show with his little YouTube video, whatever. But you don't do no production on the field, bro, at all, bro. And another thing, oh my God, what did we sign Martin Lewis for, bro?
Who?
What did we sign Marvin Jones for, bro?
I know they act like they couldn't locate him. I thought this was another
Marvin Jones for, bro. Like,
it was another mistake because you know why we signed him? Because we drafted a guy who was hurt the first year as a receiver and then got suspended for gambling the second. So that's why. And I don't have a problem with Marvin Jones, to be honest with you. I thought that most of the passes that was thrown to him just wasn't in his area and he was open. I just thought that was the case. Now that fumble, that was a bunch of BS. My man Marcus says Aleem is hot garbage. I'm telling you,
than him. Our rookie had more catches than him. They barely had him on the field, bro. But he had a concussion protocol. Like how every man. And I don't know what we're gonna do without Houston, bro.
It says Goff did say the pressure from the right affected him. I bet you it did when it didn't.
I don't know what we're gonna do without Houston, bro. That's a big loss, man.
Well, you know what's
not a big loss. Playing them in the right position in the right way, but that's a big.
But that's my point. It's not a big loss when you're not playing them. You're just not playing them. You know, like as
not
much
in the right
as
way. You're not playing them in the right way at all, man. Like,
and this is why I blame Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson's play calling has been hot garbage. I'm serious.
Like, why is he on special teams, bro? Like,
dude, it's so many things wrong. It don't make no sense, bro. Sam Laporta to me looked like the bright spot of this whole game. He at least was like, I want this. Block, catch, I want it. But everybody else, bro, I was like, these players, y'all got too big for y'all britches. Y'all was feeling.
Hey, bro, if you go back to that play where Laporta caught the ball, you feel me, and spun off the two dudes. When he caught the ball, he looked like he about to pitch that. He about to pitch it back to Reynolds, bro. But he just broke off of it, bro. If you go, I swear to God, bro, like they about to pitch the ball back to Reynolds. Like they getting too fancy with it, bro. With this play call.
They could be.
I swear to God.
Shout out to my man Marcus Willis. He says Aleem is
like this, bro. You feel me?
Well, again, it's one of the things where, again, I just want people to understand. Yes, it was a. Dude said Marvin Lewis. Yeah, I know he was thinking of Marvin. That's why I'm like, who? Marvin Lewis. But
yeah, my bad.
But it's just one of the things where it's like it's a bad loss that you have to understand that, or you have to at least pray that it's going to do it. But then it becomes even more scary when you see what Bijan just did. Like that, like, dude, Bijan can do everything Gibbs can do. And some. Gibbs just a little bit faster with his clothes off. Like, that's exactly what it is. Like, this is if there's ever a game, and I know Don asked about Kareem Hunt, I don't think you need to add more help to the offense. No. You drafted a guy 12th overall, gave him the damn ball. Figure out how to get him the ball. I don't want going out. Don't go out and get another running back. You want to call up Zovin Knight? Cool, I don't care. But get a ball to your weapon. The weapon that you said you got all these ways you're going to use them. The guy that you said you don't just see as a running back. Get him the damn ball. And how about the guy you took 18th overall? Figure out how to get him on the field. Seriously. The only thing good in the run defense
he should be on the field on third down, man. Like,
it's Derek Barnes. That's it. I'm just putting it
stepped
out.
Stepped up, man. About time.
I'm just putting it out there, man.
We've been waiting on that.
All right. I told my son. I promised him one. He just came in here and looked at me like, "You dead? You say you weren't gonna be long." I promise I'm not. Here's my overall view. I want to bring everybody in for a last minute question because now we're finna get into it. Those who hung around, appreciate you for jumping back in with me. I'm just finna get right to it because I got two final questions that I need to know. The first one is simple. We'll start this off with you, Crimson. How concerned are you with the interior defensive line?
I am goddamn mortified. I was worried going into the season about it. I'm even more worried we're not even using Broderick Martin. Now Houston's gone, so that leaves our best pass rushers is Aiden, who looks like a bitch out there, and everyone else who basically just looks mid as hell.
What say you, Bandit? How concerned are you with this Detroit Lions interior defensive line? I don't even know if Bandit can hear me or not.
Very concerned, man. Especially now we lost somebody on the edge, man. Like, oh, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you now. Go ahead.
You hear me, bro?
Yep.
Yep.
You hear me?
Can you hear us?
I said I'm very concerned, especially when we just lost somebody on the defensive end, man. Like, yeah, our interior defense is like it looked bad, man. I don't know about Enrique, man. I feel like I don't know. They didn't want to fail their pick and just say they was bad. You feel me? I think Enrique ain't got it no more, man. I feel bad for Levi. Like a lot of people put it on Levi, but I mean he ain't doing his part, but he ain't got no help either. We not playing bigs.
Man, I don't know what I don't listen.
So what did we sign him for?
I was concerned about the I was concerned about the interior defensive line. I was concerned about their ability to stop mobile quarterbacks. I never thought once that we would never get near Geno Smith. I never once thought that. I never thought that he would not get touched. That never crossed my mind. Marcus Willis says it was seems that DC, aka Dan Campbell, and BJ, aka Ben Johnson, would do some studying of Elvin Kamara. They're not the same player, and I've been telling people this. Elvin Kamara is a much better in between the tackler type player. I do like that Gibbs is learning how to lower that shoulder and everything like that, but they're not the same player. Gibbs is more like Javid Best than he is Elvin Kamara, in my opinion. That's just what I see. I'm just putting it out there. Kick the field goal. Stop going for it on fourth down. For what?
Best.
For what? You get 4 downs to use it. Why are we what for what? You take okay, let's play devil's advocate, right? They take the field goal, they go 10-7. The defense don't get a stop. Because that's what happened. They go down and march the ball down the field, and then the Lions do get a stop. The Lions still didn't show the capability of being able to stop anything thereafter. They basically figured out the Lions' offense quickly and swiftly, and they figure, okay, they can't touch our quarterback, but we'll touch theirs. And that's the sad part about it. So you take the 3 points, cool. But here's the problem that we missed. We talk about them not taking those 3 points. Seattle missed 2 kicks. That's 6 right there. You don't win games with field goals. You got 4 turns, sometimes take it. You got to live with that. Like I said earlier, some of y'all play lottery, lose every day, and still play the next day. It's a gamble. And that's okay. But what I want to see is the guys that you brought in the first round have immediate impact. Not this snap count BS. Not this, he can't run between the tackles BS. Not this, let's get cute and run them over here BS. Here's a fun fact for you guys. How many screens do you think they call for the running back this game? Go ahead, I'll wait. Anthony, do you know the answer to that?
Sorry, what was the question?
How many screens do you think they threw this game to the running back?
Who, them or us?
Us. Like, how many screens do you think we call in this game?
I don't think of many. There was the one that got chalked off, which should have been a touchdown. Outside of that, I can't remember too many.
One. It was one.
That'll be it then. When the touchdown was wrongly chalked off.
Yeah, I mean, that was the one. Now, use close. If you count that, it could be a 0, Bandit. But yeah, one screen. That's ridiculous. 14 carries in 2 weeks. How concerned are you, Anthony, with the interior D-line?
Not as concerned as I am about the edge and the secondary. I know. Not as concerned as I am about the edge and the secondary. I mean, I know you kind of tried to disprove this earlier, but they are a lot better against the run game. Teams have not been able to run on us like they have in the past. That's John Scott's MO. stopping the run very well. I mean, so they're okay. Their pass rush needs to get a lot better. We need more interior disruption from the pass rush. But as a starting point, we're better against the run game. It'll be tested this week. I would like to see Bugs and Broderick in there to test our depth out to see what it's like. But I'm not uber concerned. I'm more concerned about the Edges. 1 sack in 2 games. In fact, no, it's not even them. Anzalone is our leading sack master after 2 games. So that just about, and that's because Gino made one of the most boneheaded, stupid plays a quarterback's ever made before.
Yeah.
So, interior guys, they can do better on the pass rush, but they've been good against the run. The Edges are the ones who need their ass kicking here.
Listen, I'll tell you this much. I can't say that our rush defense did well this season because one of the reasons everybody kept asking me, how do you believe that the defense of interior is so bad, but yet you're picking them to beat the Kansas City Chiefs? And I made it clear because Kansas City is a pass first team. If Kansas City run the ball, then they'll do well. But Kansas City never committed to run the ball. Your first test at a team that was going to run at you was with Seattle. And ironically, they did okay. The quarterback didn't do all the damage like how Mahomes did the damage to us. It was everybody else. And it was in situational football on situational downs where it's like, yo, you got a chance to get a stop here, and he bounces it out for your tackle or whatever like that, and he scores or he gets a first. And my issue is you're gonna get tested some more. The only thing that happened good this week was all 4 teams in the NFC North lost.
I mean,
that was it.
Both rushing touchdowns. Both rushing touchdowns came from the 1. Kind of difficult to defend that.
Oh, I'm not even talking about the rushing touchdowns though.
Yeah, but Kenneth Walker's going at 2.5 yards per carry, and bearing in mind 12 of them were on his first carry of the game, so it's nearer to 2 yards per carry. The reason why Barnes is so successful and why he's getting there now is because I know they're shit in the pass rush, but they were boring out holes for him to hit to go and get after Kenneth Walker. That's their job. That's why Barnes is looking so much better because he is more confident with his blitzing. The gaps are opening up for him. And while the pass rush sucks ass against one of the best pass rushing duos, Charbonnet and Walker are one of the best young running back duos in the entire NFL. You're facing another one this weekend, which is going to be a big test for them. But they've stood up so far, Lou. It was not the run defense that brought this. It was the pass game absolutely smoked us, but it wasn't because we were just passing it. They couldn't run the ball on us, apart from when they got to the 1 yard line. I think the interior D here, whilst it has questions to answer, it is not anywhere near the levels of concern which should be had with the Edges and the secondary, because that secondary has got a lot of senior guys in there now, and they are not organized. They're not executing properly. There are big issues to be had. And the interior has been without Bugs and Broderick so far, so there's more depth to come in there. They are maybe 3rd or 4th on the list of concerns on the defense right now, in my opinion.
Man, I'm right about him. I'm always right. It's like when our corners couldn't. When I'm wrong, I could have been right, so I'm still right because I could have been wrong.
That makes sense.
That's just my way of saying I rock with what Anthony said. I'm trying
to talk about Jerry Jacobs.
But I can't address the secondary when you I can't. It's hard for me to address the secondary when your edge rushers are not getting home. And I don't want to talk about these people because the moment I bring up anything pertaining to this, I hate them because I'm a Michigan State fan. And, you just don't like Hutchinson. And I'm just like, yo, it's 2 games in. How is Alex Anzalone our leading sack leader? Like, come on, man. People, think about it. Think about it. I gave him an out last game because I do believe that there was a lot of BS going on with that tackle. I do believe that there was holding on a lot of them calls. I seen all that. This game wasn't a lot of holding. You just got manhandled by somebody I can't even tell you who they are, and I'm a Seahawks fan. I like the Hawks too. I like the Bucks too.
I'm going to be terrified saying this. I'm almost thinking Matt Nels could beat Aiden Hutchinson at this point. He played like such a pansy, man. He was killing me out there. He was getting manhandled, and nobody was getting through it. I'm sitting there hyped thinking we're going to sack Gino and, be aggressive. No, it was like last season.
And Brown went out too. They started center went out. So you had 3 backups in there, man. We didn't get no pressure on them, bro. That's mind blowing, bro. Mind blowing.
Man,
I know.
Listen. My son came in here for a third time. He said, I completely disagree. That D line was trash. Hey,
Oh, he's right.
hey, he said, damn, I'm late. Yeah, you got to do the replay game because my son just came up here and looked at me, and I promised him I would not do it. We are on a mission to get a very particular character on the game that he's playing. Because it's an event game, so I got to go help out my son do this. But I want to close the show out with this. Listen, I'm not overreacting to it. I'm just telling you what caused us to lose this game, and I'm just telling you that. Look, understand something that on any given Sunday this can happen. So come out and play with a different intensity. Come out and act like it. And if you do that, we would be much more successful. Let's get into our final thoughts. I'm gonna start this off with you, Bandit. Give the people your final thought.
My final thought is everybody just don't overreact. You feel me? Can't blame Eric Glenn, man. Just the same person who hold the Chiefs to 20 points last week. So don't put all the blame on him, man. Like, it's gonna be all right, man. Just relax. Just relax.
Man. Listen, hey, my man, Dr. Detroit is agreeing with me. And he was on my head for talking about Brad Holmes. And me said, look, I just want more investment into this defense. That's all I'm saying. But when he come out and say the first round draft picks are lousy, J-Mo, Campbell, and Gibbs blows. Damn. Yeah, there. I got it off my chest. Hey, I can't say nothing to that, man. It is what it is. Crimson Shadow, give the people your final thoughts.
Well, all I could say about this game was this was humble pie. And really what you can do with humble pie is two different ways. Depends on how you eat it and digest it. Either you're going to eat that pie and you're going to learn from this and get better from this, or it's going to consume you.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the outcome we wanted. We should be easily 2-0, but if many people thought that we would be 0-2 or we would be 1-1, I don't like the idea of shoulda, woulda, coulda and stuff. But
yeah,
this is a game that was primed for you to win. You had the crowd behind you. I honestly couldn't even hear the commentators. I actually had to turn the TV up because I had the closed caption on, and it said something about how loud it was. And I turned the volume up for this time, and I was like, yo, they really are loud. Like, that's nuts. And the fans are the real MVP. They're the only good thing that happened outside of freaking Laporta that makes sense. But we need more investment on defense. We need it. It cannot happen.
Don't forget Barnes. Barnes did his thing too, though.
Shoot, even Anzalone has a couple good plays.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
You know, it's just one of the things where I want more. My man, Dr. Detroit, Dr. Detroit, y'all don't understand. Dr. Detroit is like, no, you were right. Like, I'm not, the season is not over. They have time to change it, but we got to make some significant investment to the damn interior D-line. We can't keep being cheap with the D-line and investing in the offense. That's why no. I do not want to, for one, I don't want at all to add another offensive player. You have a running back that you took, that you said you had rated higher than Bijan Robinson. Okay, cool. Now you're going to get a chance to test that out and battle it. And that's the way it should be. That's the way it should be. And that's not how it's supposed to work. And that's why it's a bunch of BS for me. But it is what it is. You know, it is what it is. He said people crying over one game. Holy crap. It's not one game. It's not one game. And that's the point down 19. Everybody who says this don't realize that last year, and this is why the narrative was put, it was a revenge game when it should have been a redemption game. You should have been the one in the playoff, not Seattle. But because they beat you 48 to freaking 45, again, where the defense couldn't stop nobody, right? You let Geno Smith, and these are not my words, these are Glover Quinn, look like Tom Brady. He was unbothered, unpressured, unscathed. The only time he looked stupid is when he ran backwards for the sack.
honestly, the thing that pissed me off coming into this is how cocky we were coming into it, and then we couldn't even show up. And then after the game, what do these motherfuckers do? They get the freaking ski mask, start clowning us in the freaking locker room, and I gotta sit here and get freaking Snapchats constantly over. Oh, look at you, Lions fans. Oh, no rings. Oh, and I gotta listen to that all. Yeah, great. Yeah, dude, don't even show that thing. I hate that thing so much, man.
Oh man.
Oh, Jesus. I am so fucking pissed. We were getting clowned on. It was ridiculous.
That whole scheme irritated me. I hated the whole idea of it. I hated it to the core. Like,
hey, what's the return policy for Amazon?
Like, think about this. Like, I'm serious when I said this. The best villains never covered their face. They just showed Thanos. Thanos didn't come out there and tell me something. Let me cover my face up with a mask. He was like, "I'm Thanos. Stop me." Apocalypse don't show up talking about something. Yeah, let me cover my face up. I'm Apocalypse. Stop me. Like the proof is there. The best villains don't wear masks.
Man, we look like every Saturday morning cartoon villain out there where the hero comes in, whoops our ass, and we run high tail with our tail between our legs. We look cartoonish as fuck out there.
Like I said, my whole thing was we got to be better. Now listen, people, because my son gave me that second look, and y'all gonna get me cussed out, okay? And that it's just not. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. I promised him I'm gonna keep my word. Listen, let me give you my final thoughts on this. Don't get caught up in the game too much, but understand that there's concerns that you should have. It's the same concerns that I pointed out before the season started and that I questioned. And while we can go through and try to look at a multitude of different things, this really came down to a total team loss. They just did not succeed where they could have succeeded. And there's some things that makes no sense. One of the things that I told myself is this year, every game I'm going to post on my community page the halftime stats, because we seem to have amnesia about what happens in the first and second half of games. And I wanted to be able to have that recorded so we can have it. But I want people to also understand this, that at the end of the day, okay, that you have to be able to understand that this team has some serious concerns. And the people we're getting ready to play, okay, the people we're getting ready to play have exactly what they need to come in here and cause problems for us. They got a mobile quarterback, they got a running back that can run this thing, and they got a team that's willing to do whatever it takes. Okay? My man Greg Peoples, of course you're going to. Why? Luke, that picture you have over your profile, the hoodie is covering your face. It's a hoodie. My fucking face is not covered. My head is definitely covered, but not the face. I get what you're saying. But, listen, before I give my final thought, I got to do it one more time, because this is the way that I saw it, where I saw so many fans doing this, and I had to ask this question.
What happened? Huh? Don't nobody know nothing? Come on now, everybody don't speak at once. What happened? I'll be a motherfucker. Don't nobody know nothing? What up with this? Somebody got to know something was going on. See what I'm saying?
Everybody came to me telling me, "Oh, this is what happened, and it was injuries." No, what happened? Let's talk about what really happened. Don't nobody know nothing. If you don't know what that's from, shame on you, Anthony. I don't know if you know what movie that's from, but it's a damn good movie. New Jack City is the name of the movie. It is an absolutely damn good movie. I think you would appreciate seeing it. All right. Let me get into my positive quote before I get out of here. You know me, I can't end the show unless I end it on a positive note. And today's positive quote comes from Hypocrisy. Hope I said that right. He says, before you heal someone, ask him if he's willing to give up the thing that's making him sick. Whew. Oh, Lord Jesus, this one's to me, y'all. Y'all don't understand something. Before you heal someone, ask him if he's willing to give up the thing that's making him sick. See, I have a tendency to want to help any and everything, and I can't help myself. It's just in my nature. I have to get it done. I have to help these people at any means necessary. Like, that's just the reality of it. But I'm starting to come to the conclusion that you have to help people who want to be helped. Not everybody asking for help is seeking real help. They're seeking attention. Some are seeking for answers. Some just need some type of way to manipulate you into something. I need the people who truly need help. Because guess what? There's somebody out there right now who's giving somebody their all, and the person that they're giving their all to ain't giving them a penny, ain't giving them an ounce of energy, ain't giving them any reason to keep the fight going. Some of y'all are investing yourselves in people who don't even want to invest in themselves. And it's scary because when you think about it, that the only way a person can be helped is when they have gotten to the point of being sick and tired themselves. They are the ones who have to get to the point of being exhausted. They are the ones who have to want to change. You can put every obstacle in front of them and still turn around and put every single thing to make them succeed. And if they're not willing to take the things to make them succeed, they will choose the obstacles every single time. And the reality is this. Some people you just can't help. You need to know when to let them go and let them figure it out. Because that might actually be the help that they need to save their lives. So before you decide to reach out and help the person, ask yourself, is this person willing to give the thing that's making them sick? With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, hit that like, subscribe, notification bell. Damn, look, you still in incognito. As long as I work at this company, I sure am. Gotta pay the bills, brother. That's it for the day, man. I'll be back at it again tomorrow, breaking down some other stuff and making
Sound
sure
like Pastor Luke right now. Pastor
Hey,
Luke.
listen, bro. They try to set a brother up now. They ain't gonna get me like that. But that's it for the day, ladies and gentlemen. Please hit that like, subscribe, notification bell, and if at all you don't do nothing else,
Pass the collection plate.
If you don't do nothing else, please do your research. We are out.